Hey guys, this is Shadsolve11 here, and I'm doing another Blip TV commentary. So you're probably asking, who is today's victim? Well, you remember when I did one on Game Dude and his Sonic Riders review? He made a complaint about my video because apparently I didn't do one on the revised version. Really? As far as I'm concerned, your revised reviews are pointless, as we already know what you have to say about the game and your opinions on them, and yet he still continues to revise his reviews for fuck knows what reason. This is one of the main problems I have with Game Dude. The one I'm going to cover is his recently revised review of Sonic the Hedgehog for the PS3. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, why are you defending a shitty Sonic game? You're a Sonic fag. Okay, first off, if that is your definition of Sonic fag, then fuck you, and I say you go and watch videos by Testes125, because that is the true definition of a Sonic fag. And second, even though many people hate Sonic Next Gen, it's still better than watching Game Dude's garbage. So, let us try and sit through his revised review of Sonic 06. The key word being try.
Sonic the Hedgehog is brilliant.
I agree.
And so is Sonic the Hedgehog.
I thought it was okay.
But Sonic the Hedgehog is the absolute worst Sonic game ever made.
No, I can think of plenty of Sonic games that are worse than this. Now I'm just going to list a few.
This ignominy of the universe needs to be buried in the darkest region on Pluto. Now, as retarded as 3 different Sonic games, all with the exact same name is, must this pile of hedgehog shit be one of them? It's a shameful disgrace!
Here's a disgrace for you. An AVGN stalker who makes videos ripping him off and failing to do so by being unfunny, bad at games, and an idiot, and someone who gets butthurt over any kind of criticism by others. That's a shameful disgrace.
Anyway, there's too many characters, and I want to turn them all into Inuit clothing.
Wow. You actually want to skin fictional video game characters to make them into the world's worst Inuit clothing. You're pathetic, Game Dude.
Now, back in the days, Sonic and Tails were the fucking shit, but too bad they didn't ride the shit train like everyone else.
Oh my god, the horrible running gag returns! Run for the hills! Okay, to elaborate, his shit train, as he calls it, is the term he uses for any video game characters who are once good but now apparently suck. And according to Game Dude's logic, nearly all video game mascots besides Mario now suck. But that's what you get from Captain Nitpick.
Now Sonic's all stretched out like Gumby. What happened to these?
Don't go there. Don't you dare go there, Game Dude. The last thing we need now is another Knothole resident relapse.
Okay, with your help, this should be a piece of cake.
I'll do my best.
They're more annoying than Slippy Toad.
Whoa, can you make it?
No, I wouldn't go that far. At least Tails doesn't always get into trouble and require you to save him every so often. And he at least becomes helpful later on. I'm sure many others watching will agree that Sonic and Tails aren't that annoying.
Their lips synchronized with their original Japanese voice, but should have been edited to match the horribly dubbed English.
A word of warning, Game Dude. Don't bitch about the voice acting. You do not want to go there.
Sometimes, their lips barely move.
I may not know what Eggman's up to, but it can't be a good thing.
Tails used to be so cool, but he's not a super powerful fox anymore.
Objection! He was never a super powerful fox to begin with.
Now he makes a wimpy moaning noise, drops into the water without a splash, screams like a little girl, and drowns because, like Sonic, he doesn't know how to swim.
Okay, just to let you know, Sonic and Tails have always been hydrophobic, even since the Genesis days. Did you even remember Labyrinth Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1? Sonic and Tails can't swim, period.
He can only attack by throwing dummy ring bombs. It's so stupid.
How exactly is it stupid? please enlighten us with your points.
They're infinitely crammed up his ass, and look, he can't even pick them back up.
Yes, I wonder why he can't pick them up. Well, maybe because of the very reason which you first brought up. They are dummy ring bombs. God, do I have to draw you a diagram?
Bottom line, Kale should kick ass by using himself. There should be no dummy ring bombs. Why does Shadow drive vehicles when he should be able to run faster and has chaos powers?
Shadow needs the vehicles with the weapons to blow up searchlight towers and later trains, and to get past areas he couldn't access before. They also make him go a bit faster. So the vehicles serve as a useful purpose in the game. At least I'd know that. And I thought you'd have taken this into account. I mean, after all, isn't this supposed to be a revised review?
It makes as much sense as Kirby sucking up enemies in the giant vacuum.
Game Dude, how can we, the viewers, tell that the vehicles don't make any sense from your nonsensical ramblings?
Jumping into the vehicles can be a real bitch, because sometimes the buttons won't respond.
Look at how far away he is from the vehicle, and he expects to be able to just jump in like that? It probably also doesn't help that he's just pressing the triangle button over and over again like a drunken idiot, like, duh, duh, I pressed the button over and over again. It's no wonder you're getting your ass kicked.
Look, bullets are flying up my ass, and he just won't jump in. Skunk fucker! Come on! Jump in, damn it! Finally!
As I pointed out before in my previous Game Dude commentary, his angry acting is not entertaining to watch, and you could tell just by listening to him.
The controls are stiff and slippery, and you can never slow down fast enough. Damn it!
Well, maybe you should have pressed the square button to brake the car, because to my knowledge of the game, the car stops more abruptly than that if the brakes are actually used. Just thought I'd let you know. I would love to, Shadow, but unfortunately I've got 9 more minutes of this atrocity to go.
This horrible truck needs to get out of here quickly!
It's not a truck, it's a buggy. There is a difference, you know. And now that I come to think about it, this is probably the main reason as to why the only Shadow level he shows in this review is White Acropolis. You need the buggy to beat the level. You can't beat the level without it. It's not a hard level either. Are you even trying, Game Dude?
Are you kidding me?
What? Why the hell were you even going there, Game Dude? That area isn't even within the main boundaries of the level. And you expected to be able to explore out of the level's boundaries without falling through things? Game Dude, I have a little something to say to you.
You are an idiot!
No!
Silver looks like a mutated owl and sounds like Chuck E. Cheese with a clothespin on his nose.
Time for you to disappear!
You should disappear.
Shut up, Alex. Silver is way more badass than you will ever be. Why do I get the feeling Retro Sonic fans will start sending me hate mail now?
But if you're not careful, he'll toss you around against an invisible box.
Wow. Okay, I just wanted to throw this out here, but seeing Silver kick his ass makes me want to point out that the Silver boss is really easy. I don't know why so many people struggle with him. If you know what you have to do in the fight, he's a cakewalk. And that's the thing with these bosses, you can't just expect to go in, spam your strong attacks, and beat him first go. No, you have to know the boss's programming, figure out the solution to beat him, and that's how you win. To me, that makes for better and more interesting boss battles, but to retards it equals frustration.
Once they climb into a wall, they're like permanently stuck.
Okay, this problem has been addressed by other reviewers, but why do I get the feeling that Game Dude is doing something wrong? Interesting. I didn't know the PS3 had winter games on it.
Get off the wall, you slutty fat bitch! Oh, and they can magically swim in the air.
No, he's not swimming in the air, he's gliding, you idiot.
Now, remember when Sonic didn't suck, and how every single square inch was enriched with majestic dreamlike atmospheres beyond imagination?
Okay, Game Dude, in a lot of your reviews, when you compare old to new, one of the things you always seem to say is, The games have a majestic dreamlike atmosphere in all your reviews. Define majestic dreamlike atmospheres for us, Game Dude.
That was a long time ago. Now, think for a moment.
That is obviously something Game Dude doesn't do when writing his reviews.
What should Sonic be like? This or this? Do you feel like you're looking at a Sonic game?
Well, can you see Sonic the Hedgehog in it? Because I can definitely see Sonic. Yep, it's definitely a Sonic the Hedgehog game.
No, you don't. Absolutely nothing about this catastrophic abomination resembles the classics.
Okay, I'm going to say to you what Realm Wars said to Testes125. If all Sonic games resembled the classics, then there would be no variety in the games at all. Okay?
And Link would be less out of place in Care-a-Lot.
I think you're overreacting a bit there. Here's a little question. What's more out of place? A blue hedgehog in a normal town, or an elfish warrior in a make-believe Care Bear land? If you went for the latter choice, then you are correct.
Sonic doesn't belong here, and that's exactly why he isn't here, because this is Sonic, not this!
Damn it, Game Dude, why did you have to bring up the old issue of Sonic's character design? And just when we were getting over it as well, you have to bring up old crap which we were trying to forget about. And also, another thing to point out, in Game Dude's revised Sonic Riders review, yeah, I did end up watching it in the end, he even brought up the old issue of the 4Kids voice actors, just as we was trying to forget about it as well. Man, I'll bet even Spax would be appalled at this guy.
The town is also a horribly bad rip-off of Delfino Plaza. Everything is similar, especially the buildings.
Soliana looks nothing like Isle Delfino. Sure, there are minor similarities, mainly the buildings, but not enough is similar to justify it as a rip-off. Complaining about this would almost be like complaining about the hub world in No More Heroes ripping off Grand Theft Auto. Oh, and don't you dare review that game.
Oh, and look, even the portals preview the levels.
Level portals are common in many video games. Mario didn't invent the concept of level portals previewing the levels, you know.
Even worse, it annoyingly serves as a constant interruption between the levels, which aren't as bad as this, but that's not saying much. This is a hideous pile of fucking shit, and having to return to it is the biggest waste of time.
If you want my honest opinion, the observatory from Super Mario Galaxy felt like an interruption between the levels and a waste of time as well, you know. But it is a hub world. Hubs are common in many video games.
Towns and cities need to dazzle with that Sonic atmosphere.
Game Dude, tell us, what is your definition of what makes a Sonic atmosphere?
The directions are stupefyingly, moronically idiotic.
Sonic, can you hear me?
Unfortunately,
Knuckles wants to see you.
send them a photo of my blue ass.
Is this a joke?
Unfortunately,
Head to the town's warehouse.
how the fuck am I supposed to know where the town's warehouse is?
Question, Game Dude. Are there any buildings in this town that look like they'd resemble a warehouse? If not, then they're probably in a different area of the hub. Try New City, maybe you'll find it there.
You're always gonna be lost, and believe me, I'd rather be lost at the worst place of Antarctica.
Cause this is filling up the time. An hour and a half is just long from a creative mind.
Seriously, Game Dude, what was the point of that penguin clip? This was in your original review as well. Considering this is the revised version, you'd think it would be common sense to cut out pointless filler. But so far, I'm seeing practically zero improvement over the original review. All I see is you taking clips from your old review, adding and taking away a few bits, slapping them together and calling this a different review. At least when Angry Video Game Nerd did revisions, he went into more explanatory detail and showed more of the game footage, plus he actually improved on it, so he can justify calling it a different review, but I guess Game Dude is just too lazy for that.
Humans are monstrosities, don't belong in the Sonic universe.
By your logic, all characters who aren't Sonic, Tails and Eggman don't belong in the Sonic universe.
and need to be massacred immediately. They're absolutely retarded. Clones are everywhere.
Okay, that's common for video games to reuse the same models for characters and objects, etc.
Silently expressing how shitty this game is.
No, they're silently expressing the awfulness of your reviews.
Everyone knows you can't have a Sonic game without an accordion player. Now, the worst of them all is Elise. This half-white, half-orange slut.
To me, she doesn't look much like a slut, but then again, I guess you're the expert.
There's a romantic relationship with Sonic. I can't watch this. I'm afraid this nightmare is going to lead to animated hentai bestiality or something. I hope Amy beats the shit out of this fucking bitch that needs to go back to Final Fantasy where she came from. Missions aren't retarded, they're vegetables.
Okay, anyone who thought that joke was funny deserves to be shot.
In this one, all you have to do is keep talking to the first person you see, and that's it. Nothing else.
You know, by the way you say it, you're implying that all other missions in the game are like that, which is a lie. All the other missions require at least more skill to them, and some can even be fairly challenging as well. I should know.
That was incredible!
Yeah, an incredible piece of shit!
Thank you, Game Dude. That was really necessary.
Not!
What is Tails doing? Look, even the soccer ball sinks without a splash. What a fucking circus.
Oh my god, no splash! Game is ruined forever!
Loading screens are everywhere, and they're so long, you can actually beat a few levels from the classics before they end. Graphics are realistically ugly when they should be stunningly cartoonish.
Wow. Bitching about a game not having cartoony graphics and looking realistic. That's pathetic. Does anyone honestly care about the looks of the game? Oh, and Testes125 and Mario to Plumber don't count.
Level design is bad. Almost nothing is reminiscent of the classics.
Please refer back to an earlier part of the commentary because I am not repeating myself.
There's a lot of pop-up. Tree, no tree. Tree, no tree. Invisible walls are everywhere.
I'll bet if that invisible wall wasn't there, you'd still bitch.
There's no rumble. Look how bad the camera is.
I will admit the camera was bad, but just to ask, why were you flying into that arch? Oh, and by the way, you're using Tails wrong. When he tires after flying, you have to let go of the X button and he'll descend a lot smoother. You know, just like in Sonic Adventure DX.
A chimpanzee would handle the camera better.
Maybe. I mean, after all, I'm sure a chimpanzee would be smarter than you.
At least the music matches the sceneries.
Wow, that's some great vocabulary. The music matches the sceneries?
Because poor literacy is cool.
But that's exactly why they're worse than Alvin and the Chipmunks singing with allergies and alarm clocks.
Okay, wait a minute. At first you said the music was good as it matches the scenery, and now you say it's bad? Wow, it only took you 10 seconds to contradict yourself. So, is it good or not? Make up your mind. I think it's more than safe to say that this has been a ding pointless moment.
Collision detection sucks. You won't find the glitches. The glitches will find you. Half the game is nothing but button tapping and cinematics glued together. Sonic doesn't leave footprints in the sand anymore, slides like he's figure skating, and never runs as fast as he used to.
Okay, I'd have more to say here, but right now my brain just burst into tears and said, no more.
Instead of most robots resembling animals as they should, they resemble ass.
I think the robots in the game look badass myself, but it's so hard to please Captain Nitpick.
Some of the rings are impossible to get. They wouldn't be so difficult if the camera didn't change angles or if the controls weren't so bad. Yes! No!
And also if idiots like you didn't try to get every single ring. It's not entirely necessary to get all the rings in the level, and only stupid people like you would ever try to do that.
Fuck nozzle! Now look at this. Sonic outruns this orca, jumps on flying pieces of wood, jumps on the orca's fin, and now logically, you'd assume that Jackie Chan's gonna jump to that nearby island.
Except that the island is too far away for Sonic to jump to, and he'd probably drown in the process.
But no, instead, he clings onto the fin like a frightened cat, and now Tails has to save him. It's the lamest excuse to force you to play as Tails, who should have been following my ass to begin with.
Right, but instead of following Sonic and being next to useless, he now serves a helpful purpose in the game and lets you play as him. How dare they?
And what was he doing, randomly standing by the edge of the dock? To save Sonic, you hit the switch. But why would you want to spoil the fun?
You know what? I'm supposed to save her, but that spoils the fun.
What? Surely you didn't expect to go through the whole review without him ripping off his idol James Rolfe at least once?
Okay, why is there even a gate here? Am I in a fucking aquarium? And why was it left open to begin with? Now look at that! It doesn't even fully close. Why doesn't the stupid orca just swim underneath?
Because the gate is too low and it would probably hurt itself trying to swim under it.
Or go around. Look at it. How the fuck could it block the way?
Maybe because the orange fences are electrified and it's too high for the whale to jump over, and it's walled underwater so he can't swim underneath it. Well, either way, makes sense to me.
Nothing makes any logical sense. How did Sonic know the orca was trying to escape?
Because he could tell by how it was behaving.
Why did the orca try to escape the second Sonic jumped on its spin? Why were the other orcas trying to escape?
What other orcas?
And why didn't Sonic try to set them free instead of keeping them imprisoned? I mean, what an asshole!
You want to know what I find funny? It's how you're trying to point out logic in a video game about a blue supersonic hedgehog who can run really fast. I think your hero AVGN can answer your question about the game's logic.
It's just a game, so who gives a shit?
Tails, you saved me.
No, he didn't. You saved yourself by jumping away and defeated the entire purpose of having to play as Tails. Now, could the infinite train, loaded with bullshit, be any longer? Yes.
Brace yourselves, everyone. Game Dude is trying to point out more video game logic.
How the hell did he jump from here all the way to here?
Because that area was on the other side of the gate.
Now there's no reason why he couldn't jump to that nearby island at the very beginning.
I am not repeating myself, Game Dude.
If you don't hit the switch, you have to watch this.
First this is fearless. Filling up the time. An hour and a half is just long from unforgettable.
That was almost 10 seconds of nothing. Why doesn't Sonic jump away like he did before a partially closed gate?
Because if Sonic tried to do that, he'd just hit the top of the gate and fall into the water.
The orca disappears into the gate and beneath the water. Now the camera shakes, and this is a cutscene.
Darn, we're not gonna make it. Let's speed up.
Oh, now he runs faster? If he ran faster at the very beginning,
He would have just crashed into everything because the first area isn't as open as this one is.
he would have caught up by now. One up? What's wrong with this?
Ugh, my brain cells are exploding. Who cares about what an extra life in a video game looks like? I'll bet 99.9% of people who play this game never even thought of that.
And I die 2 seconds later? Why are they replaced by empty containers?
Because you already got that 1-up earlier. If the 1-up containers kept respawning, think of how easy the game would be.
What a crap full of fuck platypus. Okay, so I beat the level, but why does Sonic stop and pose in the middle of the chase? Riding the snowboard looks fun, but trust me, it sucks more than a vacuum.
You like that one? It took me hours to think that up.
The controls are horrible. Fuck! It's like riding a unicycle wearing a sumo suit moving a horse on a baby stroller through a bunch of winding hills.
Good gravy, the jokes on Happy Meals are funnier than this.
No, don't go up! Oh, come on! It didn't even hit me!
Why were you even going up to begin with? If you hold down on the left analog stick, then you can outrun the snowball no problemo.
Well, now I'm fucked. What? You could go right through it? What? I died?
Well, maybe you shouldn't have made yourself stop on purpose so the snowball could overtake you. Once again, Game Dude.
You are an idiot!
If Tails was already about halfway through the level, then why didn't he just finish up by himself without waiting for Sonic? Are they trying to save the world, or are they baton racing with invisible batons?
Come on, just 2 more minutes to go.
Well, I couldn't tell you exactly what they're doing. Why? Because the story is a completely illogical fucking encyclopedia.
If we don't return in time, Elise will die on board Eggman's battleship. That means
you travel back even further in time.
And that's what they do later on in the story. Did you even play through the whole game, or get any kind of knowledge of the story before doing this, quote, revision?
I mean, if you can travel through time, then why should you worry about it?
It's a case, though, of whether they can get the Chaos Emerald necessary to travel through time. I mean, getting a Chaos Emerald from inside a volcano isn't exactly easy.
Oh, you're gonna love this one. Shadow jumps into this portal. Oh, you son of a bitch.
And then, you son of a bitch.
And out comes Rouge the Bat. We? What do you mean, we? Shadow jumped into the portal. I don't know where the fuck you came from. Now, this is where the game really takes it up the ass. Dying is easier than the kindergarten math test. Believe me, you don't want to fuck around in this death playground. Everything wants you dead. The almost unavoidable obstacles on the road and falling debris that comes out of nowhere and hits you in a fraction of a second. The camera by changing angles. The bad
That road was not invisible. You just got too far to the edge.
frame rate by making you run faster than the camera and crash into objects. And ironically, even the rings, because when you magically glide through them, the straightforward momentum hurls you into even more objects.
Then the answer is simple. Don't use the light dash on those rings.
Also, if you stay too close to the edges, you die. If you jump too early, you die. If you jump too late, you die. And because you can only jump straight, if you jump at the wrong angle, you die. You will die again and again and again and again and again.
It's like you touch the top of the building, you die. You touch the ceiling, you die. You touch the floor, you die. Too far to the right, you die. Too far to the left, you die. You die, you die, you die, 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 die.
Oh, God, I can't fucking stand it.
I can't take it anymore.
This game is a disgrace to the Hedgehog's legacy.
That's another thing you say in nearly all of your reviews. Sonic is a video game character. He doesn't have a legacy.
Why is it so bad? Why is it so fucking atrocious? I had more fun being trapped underneath 2 Triceratops fucking while one of them takes a diarrhea on my face. It's vomited hedgehog poison shit diluted mushy green, partially undigested rotting cow shit.
Once again, Game Dude is making his animal references in lame AVGN-like jokes.
It sucks. It really sucks. It super fucking sucks so much super fucking gorilla fuck. It fucking sucks itself inside out, infinitely beyond imagination, and makes black holes explode. And I think it's a pile of poop.
So, that's the end of Game Dude's revised Sonic 06 review. Whew, that was quite an ordeal, but I did it. I can honestly say that he put next to 0 effort into making this review better than his original one. He showed the same levels, made the same stupid points as before, never progressed in the game, and he kept trying to point logic into the game, which I find kind of funny, since most of his points he makes are illogical, so he is under no condition to question video game logic. And being a revised review, you would have thought he'd have noticed the bits that copied AVGN and cut them out to reduce complaints. But nope, he didn't. Just shows the lack of effort. Again, I know people give irate shit for ripping off the nerd, but he tries to be more original, and he doesn't have to revise his reviews every so often, unlike Game Dude did. So you know what? I think Game Dude is even worse than irate. Yeah, I said it. So here's my advice to Game Dude. Stop revising your reviews. People don't want to see the same shit they saw before. If you're not happy with your reviews, or if people complain about them for whatever reason, then it's obvious you're not good at it. You don't have to do AVGN style reviews, you know. You could do other videos, preferably something you're good at, because that's what people want to see. They'd like you if you had genuine talent at video making. They don't like you being a less funny AVGN clone who nitpicks games to death. You can be a reviewer if you want to, but you need to listen to criticism that's given to you, which is what you don't seem to do. That's all I'm going to say, and you know what, Game Dude? If you've learnt nothing from this video, then go ahead, make more crappy reviews and revisions like what you're already doing. But not everyone will like them, just be aware of that. So, welcome to the internet, bitch. Okay, that's all. Thanks for watching. This is Shadsoft11 signing out.
It's official. You suck.